Hi everyone, it's Elise from the New Hampshire Food Bank Cooking Matters program. Today we're going to be doing a cook and learn at home, and we're going to be making frittatas. I have all my ingredients here. My hair is up. I just washed my hands, and I'm going to show you a couple different techniques today. We're going to talk about the different ingredients that I chose, and then I'll likely show you the end product a little bit after the video is over. I want to start off by just talking about what this is, and it's called a term called mise en place, and it's basically making my life really easy, and it'll make your life really easy too if you prepare all the ingredients ahead of time, because then you can just kind of whip everything together and you're not opening up cabinets, you're not sure if there isn't an ingredient that you want, or this is the time that you can look at the ingredients that you have and make substitutions if you need to. So I'm going to start by sauteing my onions. I'm just going to put a little bit of oil in my heated pan. I did heat it and then I turned it off, so it should be a little bit hot, about a tablespoon. And I'm going to add my onions to get the flavors going. You can hear the sear. And I'm gonna just wait for them to get a little bit clear in color. You're gonna start to smell them pretty instantly. For this recipe, it says to choose about 1.5 pounds of different kinds of vegetables that you like. This recipe is fun because you can put turnips, you can put carrots, you can really be creative in whatever you and your family's favorite vegetables are. You can also use different seasonings and spices based on what the ingredients are that you're choosing. This is kind of going to be an Italian flavored dish. I chose to put a little sweet potato that I had left over in the fridge. I have red pepper, broccoli that I chopped up. I have a little bit of tomato, mushrooms, and I diced up some spinach. If you notice, I chopped everything about the same size. You're gonna want them all to be pretty small so that when you go to take a bite of the final dish, you're not getting one big bite of broccoli or one big bite of pepper. It kind of helps everything cook better, and it might even help your kids enjoy it a little bit more because they're not getting one of those vegetables that they may not like in one big bite. So we wait for this to be nice and clear. The recipe actually tells you to boil the veggies ahead of time. That's one thing that I just changed about the recipe, kind of. I don't think it's necessary to boil them. My oven is ready. I did preheat the oven for the frittata for when I go to put it in. So that's ready. Back to boiling. I don't boil them. I don't think it's necessary. If you have a cover, you can just add everything to the onions. It might take a little bit longer to cook than just parboiling them, but it's one less pan, and I think that depending on the kind of veggies, it can help maximize the amount of nutrients that are in there too. So my onions were nice and clear and translucent. Then I added some of my other veggies that are going to take a little bit longer to cook, like the sweet potato, the pepper, and the broccoli. Talking about medium here, so I'm going to let that cook for a little bit longer. And as you can see, I chose like all the colors of the rainbow. Each vegetable, it's really important to get a variety of different colors into your diet of vegetables. Each color provides different nutrients, so you can choose different nutrients to get, you're getting different veggies to get, you're getting a variety of nutrients. Now I'm gonna whisk my eggs. It calls for a dozen. I do have a whisk, but if you don't have a whisk, you can just use a fork. Might take a little bit longer, but not everyone has whisks, so a fork works just as well. This could be a fun activity for your kids to do. Cracking them is sometimes fun too for kids, as long as they don't get shells in there. So mushrooms don't take as long to cook. So that's why I waited for the mushrooms, the spinach, and the tomatoes to be put in. They are not as thick and as hearty as the broccoli and the sweet potatoes. So I didn't put them in yet. So basically what's gonna happen is I'm gonna cook those down a little bit more. I'm gonna add my other veggies that don't take as long. These spices is just pepper, salt, and oregano, my Italian flavors. Put those right into the egg. Whisk it around again. And then I'm just gonna get my pans ready for when everything's ready to be placed into the oven. So I think I'm gonna choose this one first. It really depends on what you prefer. Having them in muffin dishes is really great too because they're really great to have. You can freeze them. They're a good breakfast type on the go dish. So if I have any leftovers, I might put a couple in the muffin pan, but I'm gonna start with a frittata in the pie dish. That's cooking. And then the last thing that I wanted to show was how to chiffonade basil and different kinds of herbs. So these basils are nice and full. It's good to get them all about together. Roll them up. We're gonna make a nice ribbon-like cut. And I have my bear claw in my non-dominant hand. The tip of my knife is on my cutting board. And then I'm just gonna go down in a sawing motion and make these beautiful little ribbons of basil. And this is actually just gonna go on at the end once it comes out of the oven. But it's good to get it all prepped out ahead of time. All right, these are looking like turning a little bit different of a color. There's gonna be a lot of veggies here. I'm gonna add my other ones in now. Finish up. Spinach kind of wilts down to almost nothing, so even though this looks like a lot, it's gonna steam down. Nice stir. We'll put a top on it. Let it cook a little bit more. And then we'll assemble and put in the oven. All right, now we are going to assemble. So we have our veggies. I'm gonna layer those on the bottom. Quite a bit here. I'm gonna start with that. One more scoop. Then eggs. It's like the eggs needed a little bit more scramble. Making it work. And then cheese. And like I mentioned, you could put them in this dish, but I think because we used all the eggs, I'll just use the veggies for a scramble or something else. You can put it in the fridge and have it later in the week, or you can add it to a salad, a sandwich, whatever else. I'm gonna put this in the oven for, let's see, it says 35 minutes at 350, and then the middle should read 160 degrees, and then you can top with your beautiful basil, cut into pieces and eat. Serve it with a side salad, or have it for breakfast or lunch. It's dinner time now, so I'm thinking dinner. You could have it for dinner, or you could eat it for breakfast. You could freeze it, have it for later. Enjoy making it, and we'll see you soon.